Doug here from Hartford Truck again. We're gonna do maintenance on a spreader before the start of the season. Make sure your stuff's very clean before you put it away for the summer. Chains are oiled. I actually wash my stuff with salt away. We'll actually neutralize the salt if you're running straight salt. Beginning of the season, get the sander, make sure it's strapped in, grease up the bearings, check your conveyor chain. If you look underneath on the conveyor chain here, you want it up off the tunnel or just barely touching. You don't want it dragging all the way. If it is, you could loosen up the bearings in the front and pull the slack out of it. Make sure your electrical connections are clean, been dielectric greased, no corrosion in it. Check over the unit for cracks, anything else. Get the bearings greased. Don't forget about your chute. You have an upper bearing and a lower bearing under the spinner. Very important. And here's the biggest problem I see coming with new and old people that have dumps. Every year they put in their salter, they run it all winter long, and they don't think about their dumps. Problem is you're loaded with salt. You have all that salt coming down, seeping through the dump, on the road, everything. Worst thing for your hoist if you don't move it. If you have a polycaster like we have, you can pull off the chute. I recommend after you go and you do your storm, come through, grease, run your dump up and down. People will grease these and then let them sit all winter, never run them, and they're just splashing through all that salt. And I've seen units less than a year old break the hoist and freeze up because they had salters in them and they did not run the dump at all over the winter. So best thing I could say to do, even if you have an older spreader that doesn't have a detachable chute, at least get it back a little bit that you can run that hoist up and down. You don't want any of those pivots on the dumps coming in a flatbed or a dump body or anything. If it has a hoist, run it. You'll thank me in the spring.